Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So I'm going to do this very quick video on making stitch markers for your knitting. Um, it's very easy. It's a lot of fun. You can definitely personalize this. I'm going to use regular items right now that go with this, and then I'm going to do another video where I make my own charms with the polymer clay for my stitch markers. So I'm going to use a big knitting needle right now so you guys can see what it's like. Now, here is how I initially will make my stitch markers. I just have 20 gauge wire here, and it's just in your beading department. It's very cheap. You get a lot. Sometimes you can get these at the dollar store as well. And it varies on what thickness you want, what exactly you want. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this off. Okay, and set that out of the way. And this is my stitch mark. This is my knitting needle. And what I'm going to do is use this wire for this particular needle, which is a size 15, I believe. 15, yeah. So you will make this according to whatever needle you have. I like to make stitch markers. I've sold so many stitch markers that I've made on my Etsy. And I like to do this for all my needles because then I have all the sizes. Obviously, a bigger one like this size will definitely still fit a smaller size needle. It's totally, up to you how you use them. So now we have our wire and we have our needle. And all I'm going to do is take this, put needle on here, put my thumb on there, and I'm going to wrap it around like a spring, right? And then just kind of put those ends in there. And you see that's how it is. And then you take it off. Now, once we take it off, you can see it's springy. And you could do a lot of things with this. But what I'm going to do is make my stitch marker. You can use jump rings as well. If you want to go buy a bag of multiple size jump rings, you can use that and use that as your stitch markers as well. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to clip pretty close to my end here. Okay. And you would just keep doing that, and what you will get are these little wires that look like your, there you go. And then you'll put it on your needle and see how nice it works. Little jump ring we're making. Now you can see that has an edge and it's open a little bit, so I'm not going to use that one. Let's go and do this one. And I'm just going to push it on. Here we have our delicious marker. Okay, put it together. Now what you can do is, I have this wire one here. These click together, just a regular little jump ring. Goes on here. Now I'm going to take a little jewel, and you want it to have a hole in the top. And I'm going to take a smaller jump ring, which you can make yourself or buy, doesn't matter. And I'm going to put this on here, if my hands let me. Yep. And then I'm going to close that tight. Okay. Then I'm going to take my big jump ring that goes on as my marker. I'm going to open it up, stick that on, close that back up, and we have our stitch marker. So you would use it. We would knit or purl, or maybe you need a consecutive amount of knit stitches. You can use this when you're doing in the rounds. You can use this all over the place. So what you do is then you will knit. So we will do it. You'll knit on your stitches, and then you want to mark it, like if you're doing a round and you need to know where beginning and end are, you just add that on in between your stitches. If you guys need to see this demoed on how to use it in your knitting, let me know. I'll do a video on it. But this is just, this is how fantastic it is. And you can do them in all sizes. And like I said, you can make your own just by cutting your wire. And it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Just keep cutting it. And you can use, if you're having problems with your hands and you can't close it, definitely just take your pliers and these pliers and move them together. And then put them on. And there you go. And they don't have to be spot on, round, or perfect. As long as they go on, you're good to go. And you have it, and then you can put your little, your little trinket on there, and you have your stitch markers. I advise probably about 5 to 7 stitch markers if you're doing a pattern. You might want more, you might want less. It's up to you. You can also use these to mark, when you're doing a piece as if it's fabric and you need to mark where there's maybe a drop stitch or that was either in the pattern or you made the mistake or whatever. I mean, they're very, very useful. So this is just a real quickie on how to do, make your own stitch markers for your needles. It's a lot of fun, and really just take your wire like this and you can use this in your mixed media or cut your jump rings or do whatever you want. Use it in regular jewelry making. It's a lot of fun. The next video I'll do will be making our own little cute things to go on our stitch markers just to personalize it and that kind of fun stuff. So as always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And let me know if you guys use stitch markers and how you like them, or if you make them. I'd love to know. Bye, guys.